Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and I just wanted to point out a few things about the Cobra's interior for the 0304 Cobra, and I'll be showing it against a Mach 1, and it's not all the details, but just a few. So in the Mach 1, as you look, of course, has the aluminum shift knob, but look at the leather. It's a very smooth leather. It's probably a composite, and on the back side, there's a sticker, and it will tell you this is gray and black, and kind of give you some of the details there when it was produced. You'll also notice on the Mach 1 and the GT that it's a hard plastic for the e-brake handle. Now on the Cobra, if you look, it's a much thicker leather and the actual handbrake is wrapped. Looking over at the shifter bag, it's also a much thicker leather, and the stitching looks a little bit different, though it is just basically 2 stitch marks with a seam down the middle. But when you do pull the cover on this one and look on the side, this one actually does say Cobra on it. It also mentions that it's midnight black for, and the date, this one showed 2004. It looks like January 24th or so is when that piece was made. And so anyway, it's just interesting that it does say Cobra on it. And so I bought a IUP setup, and I was going to switch it till I saw that. Now the steering wheel on the Mach 1 and the GT, as you see, of course, has the running horse, but it has the 2 marks here up at the top of the steering wheel, and this is a leather wrapped steering wheel, or wrapped steering wheel, whatever material it is, and then it has 2 stripes down at the bottom. The gauge cluster itself, also the bezel that they use, the lens, that whole piece has that silver backing, which they also used on the 35th anniversary and some others. But if you look at the Cobra, the steering wheel is double wrapped, as it's said. It's a much thicker feel to it. And if you look, it has 1 slit in the on the bottom. And so that's kind of the way to identify it and kind of know the difference between it. Now, of course, the Cobra also had the 10th anniversary in Mistachrome that had the FR500 steering wheel, had the bulges at the top and different lines everywhere. And that one's actually just kind of a single wrapped one. It's a thinner feeling steering wheel. As for the gauge cluster on the Cobra, it's the traditional just black. So if you go to swap those out with a new one, you'd notice. Now, on the Mach 1, you have the lumbar support button down here. So that's right at your lower back. And so on the front, you have the adjustable to go forward and back, and then these ones on the side tilt the seat from the front and the back, and then, of course, just your average up, down, forward, and back one. On the Cobra, you notice that that button is missing, but it actually is just relocated, so it's just been moved. On the front of the Cobra, it's the same as the Mach 1. You have 2 buttons to pivot the seat up and down, and then your middle one that will move it forward, backward, up and down entirely. And then on the side is where you actually have some other options. And so you have bolster ones here. So the top bolsters here is that top button. They will actually contract and go out for more support. And so that's that top button. The bottom button will do the lower ones here. They will go in and out. Okay, so again, that's the top bolster here, and then the lower one under it. Okay, and then all they've done is then moved the lumbar support here to that same control switch. So it's all in one place for that one. Then again, the front is just your average buttons. The ones on the left kind of tilt the seat forward and back at the front of the seat and the back of the seat. And so anyway, that's just a few differences that I wanted to point out as far as the seats were concerned. The Cobra does have a few more adjustments, basically just on the lumbar support. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please check the video description. I'll put a playlist with some other videos like this that I've made. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe, and thanks for watching.